Going to take a look at the AI CRT part of the Kinedeck, i.e. it's Kinedeck AI CRT. Obviously the AI part has to do with information. The detailed information we're able to pick up from movement patterns when somebody exercises, which can be interpreted for future revision and optimization of exercise. But we won't focus on that. We'll look at the CRT part, which is the compensating resistance technology component of it. And essentially there's two layers of it. Let's call one a surface layer and the other one below the surface layer. And not that you can see this, you can feel the surface layer where resistance can be varied. For instance, we can have a balanced resistance. And why I say balanced is there's two components of exercise. The one is the active pulling against the resistance, and the second part is the resistance pulling you back. That's called eccentric, and the pulling component is called concentric. We can vary that to have, on the one end, 100% concentric, which means the pulling component is there, but then we release just enough to return. And then there's the opposite end of it, which is the eccentric, which means nothing on the way up, and we can pull it all the way down. And then somewhere between completely eccentric, completely concentric, we can vary it. So it's quite adaptable in that sense. I want to give you an example of Stephen, who's paralyzed all the way from the T6 vertebrae, thoracic, which means that completely he has no ability to move just above the belly button all the way down. So he definitely is not able to move his legs. Now in the snip that you'll see, the Kinedeck actually has such a strong eccentric component that it pulls him up, his legs up, and then releases, and it releases back on its own. And he's then able to have a movement there that he otherwise would not be able to do. That's better. Hundreds.
Definitely feeling a tingle. Yeah. Feeling it in quads.
The key there is that he had a workout feeling. And why that is important is, well, blood circulated, muscles were activated. In fact, it lingers for a day or two afterwards where he just felt like he did something with his legs. And that is quite critical for him, otherwise the muscles waste without that movement. And there we go, he got movement in, and that may spell benefits for him down the line, depending on how his body adapts, and his spinal column adapts with the anti-inflammatory effect of the Kinedeck exercise. But we'll see what that brings. But that is a very good example of how the surface layer of the resistance can be modified for any individual. And I think Stephen is a completely extreme case on that spectrum.